Where are these glasses? I wonder. Oh, those are terrible. Super Larry.
Look, the one time I don't say recording.
It's not recording.
It is recording.
Oh, there it goes. No, it just started. Oh, 13 minutes.
10 seconds ago.
Oh, sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Owner's Box. I'm Billy Koch, founder and managing partner of the Little Red Feather Racing Club. Joining me, who is radiant as always, the great Michelle Yu. It's Derby week, Michelle. You should be very excited. Week. Look at that smile.
So excited. So excited.
You're not really that excited.
No, I'm not.
That's all right. Just a little, I think the last week's podcast with John Stewart was one of our most listened to ever. And then I met John Stewart at Keeneland.
You did?
Oh, yeah. Shook his hand. I said, hey, man, thanks for coming on the pod. And he acted as if he didn't know me. So
no way.
Oh, yeah. We made a very good impression. And then we submitted our stuff for Karma for his very nice
$200,000 to Aftercare poker tournament, right?
Yes, which was awesome of him, and Karma didn't make it. So
okay, well, how about this though?
Yeah,
how about this?
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Because I like the whole premise that he did, and I'm not going to no sour grapes on our end, but I am going to push him for Karmathon now that we're
there. You go.
We'll do that this summer, so hopefully he'll help us out there.
I've got something to help out Karma too.
What do you have?
I know a guy. His name is Frankie Dettori. Not sure if you know of him or not.
I do know.
He came out and he was like, you, calling Zoe and I over. Yeah. I need to know, I'm going to retire the boots that I won 6 in one day.
Yeah.
Where should I give them to? That'll be a good cause.
No way.
And we said, well, Karma, obviously.
No way. That's awesome. So we got to auction off somehow.
They are signed and they say, sorry, my blur. 1-6 at Santa Anita and the dates, and they're signed, both of them.
That is awesome. That would be great in like a frame with all 6 like winner certificates.
How cool is that?
So what do we do?
I don't know. I don't know if you guys are going to add it to Karmathon, if you want to do it beforehand. I don't know. So that is how cool is that?
I don't know. Let's think about it. We'll think about it. Thank you very much. And thank you to Frankie Dettori. I had no idea.
I know. So I did like a little teaser of it on my social. I had like at least 6 people contact me privately. Let me know when those boots go on sale. Yeah.
All right. We'll figure it out. That's awesome.
So I thought that was super cool.
Thank you, Michelle and Zoe. That's amazing. All right. So no guest this week. It's just going to be Michelle and I talking about
Pretender.
We do our pretender for the Kentucky Derby. We're going to take a quick look at the Oaks first. Let's do the Oaks first, and just we're not going to go contender pretender. Michelle, I'll let you do the Oaks first, and just give me kind of an idea of where you're at. And when we're talking, we are not a gambling show. We do look at value, but Michelle, where
to me, it's like if they're contender, they can run top 4, right? Like.
I think we should, but not for the Oaks. We don't have to do that.
Not just give me,
for the Derby.
Okay.
Give me
how about just a passer play?
You don't have to go through every horse. Just give me like your top 3 horses in the Oaks. No.
I mean, okay. So I like Where's My Ring because I've liked her since the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last year. She finally got me that first victory in the Gazelle. But I'm going to keep playing her because I've played her on the biggest days. So why not?
Okay.
I really like
15-1 morning line.
15-1 morning line
by Michael McMillan, trained by Val Bringerhoff. She broke from post 3, Jose Lozcano to ride.
I also like Torpedo Anna. Got her there a Fast Anna for Brookdale Racing and Mark Edwards, and she's coming out of a 4-length score in the fantasy off the layoff. My biggest concern with her is certainly going to be the bounce factor. That was, by far and away her biggest buyer. It was off of the break, but she does look like she's been training very forwardly since. So I like her.
I'm going to disagree with you. She ran an 87 buyer in the 91. That's not a huge buyer number. She ran an 87 in her second start.
She ran a 77 in the Goldenrod, and then she came back to run the 91 off the layoff.
Okay, so you consider that a bounce possibility because in sheets she ran an 8, a 4, a 9, and a 4. So
8, 4, 9, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that's good. I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that.
Okay.
Look, I like Tarifa. I think she'll be overbet.
Oh my God, I have this written down. Overbet.
Okay. So like, I mean, I like her. There's nothing to, how do you dislike her? You can't.
You can't dislike her.
But if she's like 2-1, it's hard to play.
You can't. Okay.
And I like Power Squeeze.
Whoa.
Since they stretched her out to 2 turns, or maybe not to 2 turns because Gulfstream Park was 1 turn for the mile. But since they stretched her out going longer, she's been unstoppable. And she looked like the real deal winning the Gulfstream Park Oaks for Jorge Delgado.
Okay, so your super is 3 Where's My Ring, 5 Torpedo Anna, 8 Tarifa, and 12 Power Squeeze. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now you're
no, because I would probably just, I mean, I hate to leave off just FYI, because I really like her and she probably needs the
needed the race. Looks great in the morning. She's kind of the morning glory in this race. All right. Well, I'm gonna feel the same way. I like Torpedo Anna.
Okay.
I think I love her post. I love the way how Kenny McPeak is so bullish about her chances. I think
what did he say? He's like they need to bring a bear to stop her.
Yes, yeah. She's won at Churchill Downs. I just think she has a lot of things going for her. I think 5-1 is really a nice price. I think it might even go up. I think this is going to be a very kind of formful rendition of the Oaks. My second choice would be Ways and Means for Chad Brown and Tyler Gaffleone and Clarovich Stables. This filly is uber talented. Everybody knows it. She's had 2 really rough trips. Last time was awful. If you go back and watch that race, she was 1-2 against Power Squeeze last time. I think she gets a good trip this time. And then I would say Tarifa for my third, and then I would be somewhere between Just FYI and Leslie's Rose for the fourth. But I'm going to be a lot of Torpedo Anna and Ways and Means.
I like Ways and Means too. I think she can certainly move forward from that last effort. I mean, that was a big ask of her. And down the lane, I mean, maybe it was a little bit of a lot of things that caused her to get passed so much by Power Squeeze, right? Maybe a little green because she was out there by herself. Maybe a little leg weary. Maybe a little bit of race riding going on to get her out there. So she's very playable too in there.
Yeah. I will just say this. If Our Pretty Woman gets in via scratch, I think she's a nice long shot play.
Really?
She's $900,000 yearling purchase, Cortland Farms. She has speed. She's really improved. She ran second to Tarifa, and she gave her all she wanted. And you're thinking Tarifa's going to be what, 5-2, 3-1. This filly, if she draws in, is going to be probably 30-1. So you're getting great value there. All right, that's the Kentucky Oaks, Michelle. Let's go to the Derby.
All right, let's see. Let me see if I can like share my screen in here. So present, share screen.
We're going so fast.
Well, that's because we didn't do our beginning either.
Yeah. Do we need to do the beginning?
I don't know. We could do it after.
Okay. What's the beginning? Oh, like
can you see? Can you see?
I can't see anything. I see me and you.
All right, hold on.
You want to pause it? You want to take a break?
Nope. Right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. That's really nice. That's
I know. Nice. Okay. So, door knock.
All right, door knock. You want to go first on everyone, or you want me to go first, or you want to switch each time?
We could switch. And look, I'm going to put the notes right here. So, Michelle and Billy.
Oh, look at that. All right, I'll start, and I say door knock is a pretender. It's just not fast enough. And let's say, look, if you're watching this and you own this horse, amazing that you made it to the Kentucky Derby. By the way, it's just like fucking awesome. And just because Michelle and I don't think your horse is a contender or pretender, I'm going to tell you right now, I've lost 5 straight years. I looked last night, and wait, I got to show you this. I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to tell you. I did not like Mage.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, you did. I certainly did not like Rich Strike. Trying to think of who else. Wait,
Medina Spirit? Or was that 4 years ago?
Medina Spirit, I did not like. Authentic, I did not like. Maximum Security.
How did you not like Authentic?
I didn't like Authentic. I don't know.
You're crazy. I also played Country House, so like.
I mean, you're the queen of the Derby. I am not very good. I did cash very large on Justify and Good Magic that year, but that was my last time. That was 6 years. All right. I'm saying door knock pretender. Drew the rail. He's going to have to go. I think there's a lot of speed. I don't think he's going to last. Michelle.
Okay, fair enough. I also say Pretender. I mean, I want to say he could probably improve off of that last effort, but and he did best Sierra Leone previously. I just don't think I've seen like the progression that I wanted to see from him. So Pretender.
Okay. Sierra Leone, Michelle.
Absolute contender. Stone cold as they come contender.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's obviously a contender. I think he'll be an underlay. I think he's going to end up being second choice to Fierceness. And the only thing, if you're looking to bet this horse, he just has to work out a trip. I think my personal opinion is that they are going to go very fast in this race.
Yeah.
I think there's plenty of speed to set up his late kick. And Tyler Gaffleone knows Churchill and knows this horse really well. And if he gets through and gets a clean trip, I think he can win.
I don't even think he's gonna go through. My opinion is he just goes around them all, right? Like not even trying. He's gonna be middle of the track to make sure that he's out in the clear, would be my guess.
Okay.
Okay. Next horse. Oh, I lost my whole screen. There we go. Mystic Dan. I say
impressively.
I have not been a Mystic Dan fan the whole time. So for me, he's a pretender.
Okay, I have to go back to that race in the Southwest where he was awesome, and then I actually watched the replay of the last effort he ran in the Arkansas Derby, and I think it was better than looked.
I agree.
I think, and obviously, if Muth was in here, he'd be probably battling for second choice with Sierra Leone, right? So, and he gets beat only by he gets beat 6 lengths, but he had a really rotten trip that day. I'm going to say he is a borderline contender, which means like he could hit the super. How about that? What is that? What is that called?
Super tender?
Super tender. Yeah.
Super tender? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Catching Freedom.
Catching Freedom. Yep. Catching Freedom is improving for Brad Cox. Obviously, $575,000 purchased by Albaugh Family Stables.
He's already earned back $877,000 of that.
When we credit Albaugh Family Stables, it feels like they're here.
Yes, every year they've got a legit contender.
Good for them. I mean, this horse got beat. Really was impressive, actually, in the Louisiana Derby, coming from well out of it. Very similar to Sierra Leone, who he ran third to Sierra Leone, 2 back in the Risen Star. Again, Pratt, and we've heard it all week. Pratt in the Derby is very good. Pratt in the world is very good. So you get Pratt, you get a nice inside post, you get a horse that's going to be coming from out of it on a fast pace. It has to be a contender.
All right. So you're saying contender.
Yes. Are you saying pretender?
I'm on the fringe. He could hit the if we're saying I would say I'm going to say he's a contender to hit the board, but I wouldn't put him like in my top for the win. Is that fair?
That's totally fair. That's how I feel about Mystic Dan.
He's a super tender.
That's a super tender.
All right.
All right. Moving on. Catalytic for Tammy Bobo, Julie Davies, my good friend Julie Davies. Congratulations for making the Derby. Safi Joseph trains. This horse was second to Fierceness by only 13.5 lengths in the Florida Derby, excuse me. Michelle, I'm going to let you start.
Pretender.
I agree, pretender. But at the same time, he ran a very fast number. I think he bounces off that. I don't love this horse, but these are the kind of horses that end up 5th in your what is that called?
Super high. Yeah, I agree with that. I would be shocked to see him win.
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Just for BC Stables and Henry Schmuckley. Am I saying that right?
I don't know. I don't have the whole name
Have
here.
You ever heard of the trainer Lucas? Doing Lucas.
Yes.
This was a $500,000 Keeneland September 22 purchase by Justify, who won the Derby. He's 20-1 on the morning line. Keith Asmussen, his first ride.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really nice of Lucas to keep Keith on this horse and on Lemon Muffin. That's going to be giving him some big exposure. And it's not like he's piloted this horse in every single race. You know what I mean?
No, but you know what? This horse to me is I'm going to put him in that super tender category again that we just created, because if you like if you put Mystic Dan in that category, you kind of got to put this guy in this category. And I like his post. I like that he can get to the rail and save some ground. He's going to outrun horses like Sierra Leone, Catching Freedom. I think he and Mystic Dan will probably be right next to each other. This horse could definitely fill a super. I don't think he's a contender for the win, but I'm going to call him a super tender.
I would say my only drawback to him, and I've liked him as a long shot play, is his recent work. He did not look fantastic in it. Okay, 50 and change, and the guy was like, come on.
I never know what to do with the works, Michelle. Like, sometimes it's so hard because these are Kentucky Derby horses. They all are supposed to look good, and most of them do. So I struggle here. Honor Marie, Michelle, great story. Ribble Farms, Michael Iserman, Whitworth Beckman.
Former assistant to Chad Brown.
What's that?
He was a former assistant to Chad Brown.
That's true. And Ben Curtis gets the call. Is that his name, Ben Curtis?
Yeah. So for me, this is a pretender.
Wow. You're not even a super tender?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to go super tender. I like the way he improved. I thought he was right with Catching Freedom last time. He's going to get a similar trip in here. He's going to be, when you're talking about super tenders, you want horses that are coming on at the end. And I think Honor Marie is the type that can improve. I don't think he can win, but I think he's a super tender.
Okay. Now just a touch for me is a contender. Looking at his Bluegrass, where he was runner-up to Sierra Leone. I mean, Sierra Leone was so much the best, but Just a Touch has an advantage over him in a 20-horse field because he can sit a lot closer. He obviously doesn't need the lead. If for some reason he inherited it, I don't think he would hate it. He's run equally good on fast as well as good. And we have to remember, too, that the Bluegrass was his first try around 2 turns. So I think he's got a lot of upside.
I agree with everything you said. In Thoroughgraph, he's run 3 straight 2s. Or 2.5 or whatever it was. I think he has a chance to move forward, and he could be right there. He needs to be patient, and I would say contender. I like that horse. I like this horse a little bit.
Encino scratched.
Bye-bye, Encino.
T.O.
I kind of liked Encino.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
T.O. password?
Pretender.
The password is...
I mean, no offense to him. He's got 2 lifetime starts. He likes to run really well, like forwardly placed. He's not going to be that close, or he's going to be a complete runoff like that. Remember the horse of Bhupat Samir's a few years ago, right? I mean, I don't feel like there's a good middle ground for him, and he's too lightly raced. And I feel like the Japanese have sent over better horses than this, and they haven't won.
Yeah, like Forever Young, right next to him.
So you're a pretender for him too?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted the verification.
Yeah, I really struggle with Forever Young, and I'm going to tell you why. I want to say
be forever young.
Yeah. What about Forever Young? Isn't that a song? Forever Young. All right. 10 to 1 in the morning line. I like this horse. I like the story. I do believe the Japanese will win at some point.
You just
don't know if this is the right horse. No, I just don't think this is the right horse. But he's pretty fast. He paired 1s. I would love. I'm going to put him in the super tender category at 10 to 1. I'm not going to say I don't think he's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a really good race and he was rolling late. The thing that bugs me about him is that they've come out and say he doesn't really like the kickback, and if you don't like the kickback in the Kentucky Derby.
I'm just going to say this, though, right? Like, he doesn't like the kickback where he was in the sand. I feel like the track at Churchill's going to be different. So, like, maybe it's a bullshit excuse. Yeah. I just don't like the fact that he's so immature still, right? Like, we don't see the lead changes from him. I mean, just those little things can make a difference. Just say him and Sierra Leone are coming down the lane together, and Sierra Leone flops to that right lead and excels, and this horse is just staggering on his left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I like the super tender category for him.
Also, who did he beat in here? I mean, I know he got good numbers, but like none of these horses would be a factor in a Derby, right?
No, I agree.
Okay, so super tender. Sorry. I'm glad he's here, and I'm very thankful the Japanese.
Oh, me too. Me too. I am a big Track Phantom fan, owned by Onan Racing. Yeah, Clark Brewster. I'm a Track Phantom fan. However, I think he's a contender in here. I just don't like the race shape.
So are you pretender?
I'm Pretender on Track Phantom, but I really like this horse. I think he's super cool. He's by Quality Road out of an Into Mischief mare. I mean, he probably can run all day. He's getting blinkers on, but those blinkers on are going to make him kind of go faster, I think. And with all that speed, I think it's going to be hard for him to hang on and hold off the closers. So I'm going to say Pretender, but if he drifts up to like 50-1 or something, I would say, Super Tender.
Okay.
How do you feel about Track Phantom?
I think he's a Pretender.
Okay. I think West Saratoga is a Pretender.
Same. He would be a great story.
Great story. Great story. $11,000 purchase. Look, good horses come from anywhere. Congratulations on getting in the Derby, Harry.
And he likes Churchill well enough. I mean,
he does like Churchill.
He's knocked on the door. Could he round out like some of your like?
I don't think he can.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
And neither can Endlessly, in my opinion. And another great story. I'm such a big fan of the Ammermans, of course, Rispoli, Michael McCarthy. We were watching. This is a good story, Michelle. You like this? We were in the new paddock area, but behind the paddock in Central Downs on opening night.
By the way,
super cool, super cool. And we're all on a phone watching the last race at Santa Anita, and they're all coming down to the wire, and I'm standing next to someone. And then Mike McCarthy is on the other side of the table, and he's watching the race on his phone. And I'm like, who's that in between horses? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Whitey stands up and he goes, "That's Whitey. That's a winner." It was awesome.
That's so McCarthy, isn't it?
It was very cool. It was very cool. But look, endlessly great stories. Rooting for the Ammerman. I just don't like the way he goes on dirt. And
he looks. Look at. I talked to Rispoli because he flew out to Churchill to work him. He flew back and he won like 2 races. And I said, like, "Oh, how do you work?" And he was like, "Oh, he worked super." I'm like, "Did you guys work him on the grass?" And he goes, "No, on the dirt." And I'm like, I was kind of joking, but like also he looks not good working on the dirt to me.
No, he'd be a great story. I just don't think he can do it.
Okay.
All right.
Domestic product. Now, I absolutely put this horse in Pretender status until I watched his work with Sierra Leone, and now he is a Super Tender.
Super Tender.
Super Tender.
Listen, anytime you can get Chad Brown and Irad Ortiz at about 40-1 for a horse that won the Tampa Bay Derby.
Did this horse work?
He worked awesome. He
worked better than Sierra Leone.
Yeah, I think Super Tender is a great category for him. I think Super Tender is nice, and I do at a huge price. Price.
Yes, same. Okay. Grand Mo the First. No shot, right?
I'm saying Pretender.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying Pretender.
What the? I can't spell. All right. Here's the question now.
Yeah.
Fierceness. Now, fierceness, it should just be, can he win or not win? That is the question.
Okay, he can win. There's no question. I mean, he is by far the fastest horse in this race. He is the most likely winner if he runs his race. You probably aren't going to get much value on him. I think he's going to end up at 2-1 or something like that. He is a deserved favorite, the most likely winner, and you have to decide kind of if you're going kind of all in there or if you're going to spread and just not use them at all. When I first started handicapping, I thought I was going to throw him out. But now I think I have to at least use him. So I think he's just going to be. I think he's just going to be in a great spot. And I think you want to take a stand and say, okay, nothing's going to go his way, but he's outside. He's out of the dirt. He's got speed inside of him. He's going to get he should get a good trip. And what's going to happen when he turns for home?
He's going to look at him in the eye. And like, I'm afraid he's just going to go, "Oh gosh, don't look at me."
I don't think it's fair though, for what we're doing to say Pretender on fierceness. I don't think that's fair. He is.
That's fair. Okay. That's why I kind of narrowed it down. Like, is he your winner or not your winner?
Yeah.
Do you think he wins or he doesn't win?
I will be playing him probably I'll be playing him good in my pick sixes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He'll probably be my highest percentage.
I'm in it right here. This is for the record. Is he going to win or not win?
I think he doesn't win.
Okay. Doesn't win. So I feel the same. I do not think he wins.
Okay.
So he is a complete, like, different category than everybody else, but not a winner.
I think he doesn't win. I think when he doesn't win, he might. I think he. Listen, again, we're talking about two separate things. If you're talking about gambling and just gambling and trying to get value, like I wouldn't play him. But if I'm betting a $15,000 pick six, you know, I have to play him for a percentage because you know I could catch two long shots and it could pay $1 million. And if you go into the race without fierceness, it's just silly with that kind of money. So that's kind of where I'm a little torn. He's very strong. He's very fast. So there you go.
Okay. Oh, I should have been using these. Look, first, second, third toss. That's what I should have been using.
Oh, we could. All right. Well, we could go back and fix it. I think you can get a hint. I think you can get a hint of where we are. Stronghold, what a great story for the Wallers, Sharon and Rick. Good people. Phil D'Amato, first ever starter. You know, obviously, how close we are. So proud of this horse. Antonio Fresu is all class. Really enjoy working with him. 20-1 morning line. He's a little slower than these. I think he's going to be in a great position if Fresu is patient. And I actually talked to him a little bit about this. I said, I think there's going to be some pace. Just duck in behind fierceness. He should get a great trip. I don't think he can win, but I think he certainly can run a big race, and I think he could be right there. And so, I mean, if that's a contender or a super tender, I don't know.
I put him as a super tender.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a good category. I wouldn't be surprised if this horse stepped up. He's trained great. He looked awesome over the
I will say this. I did not like his work right before this San Diego Derby. This April 1st synthetic work. I did not like it. And this 46 and change work, I did not like it. I know Zoe and Millie think I'm crazy and they really liked it. I did not.
Okay, well, you have to remember that synthetic work was like right before the race, and it was all rain. So
yeah. No, I get it.
Squeeze it in, like it was like.
Look, I still used him on top that day. That's kind of what I'm like going at. Like
I think he's a cool horse. He's a little slow number wise. He could fall into a great trip. He's a super tender.
Okay.
All right.
Resilience.
Yep.
I think he's like a fringe super tender contender. You know what I mean? Like
I'm the other way. I'm like a fringe super tender pretender.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so fringe positive is me.
I think the post could be tough. I think he's gonna be really wide. He did run really well in the wood. He's one of those sneaky horses. Like, this is why we're saying this, is because when you look up at the board and all of a sudden fierceness wins and domestic product runs second and resilience runs third, and you're like, who is the 19? You know, and you're like, oh my God, resilience. You know, that's how I feel about him. So that's
fair.
Yeah. And Society Man, I'm a pretender.
Okay, I don't know if you saw, I'm trying to find it right now on social. Someone posted this hilarious like photo, and it's just a random chestnut horse standing in like a parking spot, like in the middle of a parking field, and it was like Danny Gargan's Schooling Society.
Very funny. I thought that Gargan drew the rail with Dornock, and the outside was Society Man. So that'll be an interesting saddling journey for him. And Epic Ride is in the race. We have to say Epic Ride, who I think is a interesting sort. Congratulations to Welch Racing LLC and John Ennis with this Son of Blame. But I'm going to say
pretender.
I'm going to say pretender.
Okay, I agree.
All right.
There's
there you have it. There you have it, people. You know, that was a tough one when we talked about fierceness. I know he's the fastest horse in the race. I know he's the most likely winner of this race if he runs his race, but that's the if. And that's why these races are so great. That's why it's so fun, because I think you're going to kind of know down the backstretch where you stand, and you know, and just look up at the tote board, and if you see a very fast half mile, then you're going to be looking for horses like Sierra Leone, Catching Freedom, Anna Marie. You know, it's a very interesting race because it seems to me like you have some confirmed front runners, then you have your stalkers, and then you have your closers. It's not like everyone's the same. So, and I don't think the post mattered much. I think Sierra Leone's going to drop back to the pack anyway from the inside. I think Catching Freedom's going to be right in front of him. You know, I think we kind of know what these horses are and where they're going to be, and it's just a matter of who gets that trip and who shows up on that big day.
Have you done a lot? Have you looked at the whole like Derby weekend card?
I have.
And what do you think which race do you feel like you're going to be able to make the most money outside of the Derby or the Oaks?
I think, I just went through it kind of before we actually started, and I think the horse I like the best on the day is in the American Turf, which is the 3-year-olds at a mile and a 16th, and it's Legend of Time. It's the Charlie Appleby, Frankie Dettori. He's 7-2 on the morning line. On big days like this, I don't think you're going to get that. I think you're going to get 5-2, 3-1, but even 5-2 against this group is a really good play. They just dominate. And I don't see any other real superstars in here as we've had in the past, few years. That would be my kind of big play of the day, would be Legend of Time. It's the 9th race. So I think it's part of the late pick 4, which is great. You can kind of, if you can single him, you could single him. Then you could kind of spread a little bit in the Churchill Downs, which is grade 1, the 7-ace race. And I think it's a wide open race. Like legit, anyone can win that race. And then you have the Turf Classic. And if you go in the Turf Classic, I'm going to look at Chad Brown's 2 and the other Charlie Appleby, Naval Power. So you can go 1 all by 3. That's $33 for $1 for every Derby horse. Right? If you use 10 Derby horses, and use some prices, but that could pay huge.
Right.
Or if you say, okay, I think the Derby's going to be formful this year, and just use Sierra Leone and Catching Freedom and Fierceness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's $99 for $1, and you could bet it a bunch of times, and hopefully you get a price in the Churchill Downs race. That's the key thing. So
when I was looking at the turf right now, I saw Web Slinger, and we had John Green on, and we were on John Green's show, right? So he had reserved a name for me, Brutally Honest, and he let me pick a horse that he bought to be named Brutally Honest, and she got named today.
That's amazing.
So it's Quality Road filly.
Brutally Honest.
Brutally Honest.
Michelle, I hope you have an outstanding weekend. Are you going? You're not coming here, right?
No, I'm going to Preakness. It's my birthday this weekend, though.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Oaks Day. So have a lily for me.
We will. I'll be at Preakness. We're going to run a bunch.
Oh, we have to have dinner at Preakness.
Yes, we need to. The problem is, though, Friday night we are going to the Baltimore Oriole game.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do we do?
I don't think I land till later Thursday too. Well, I guess we can go out Saturday night.
We can do it after the Derby, after the Preakness. Yeah, I'm not going to watch the concert, so we'll figure it out.
Same.
All right, we'll make a plan.
All right.
Take you out for your birthday.
And don't forget, everybody, we'll find out something to do with these booties.
32 minutes of Kentucky Derby and Oaks picks on the owner's box. I'm hot. Michelle, I'm hot too. I'm sweating. Anyway, have fun this weekend, everybody. Hope you pick lots of winners, and good luck to all the owners.
I totally forgot real quick. If you can't go to the Derby and you're local to us, come to Santa Anita. We've got the Derby watch party in the Chandelier Room. We've got a buffet in the front runner. We've got limited edition California Chrome pins and a Santa Anita plush blanket that we're giving away. And on Derby Day, we are also doing like a Stronghold t-shirt package. So like we have like a whole cheering area set up. And the last couple of times we had Santa Anita Derby winners in the Derby, we had like a huge crowd of like 25,000 just to cheer on the big screen. Like we watched the race on the big screen, everyone goes nuts. It's really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. A lot of fun. Go Stronghold. He's my heart horse. Stronghold.
Yeah, I hear that. Same.
Right. Have fun, everybody. Good luck.
Bye.